The European Union and Niger last week launched an operational partnership against human smuggling or trafficking to further cooperate in this area. Working together through this partnership will help save lives, disrupt the business model of criminal networks, protect migrants from violence and also exploitation, and protect their fundamental rights, they say. The European Union's new migration and asylum package emphasizes that combating trafficking is a common challenge that, in line with the EU's comprehensive approach to migration, requires close cooperation and coordination with key partner countries along the migration routes. In the heart of the Sahel, Niger has been a hub for migration flows to the north and west of the African continent and the EU for decades, but is also a destination country for migrants itself. Niger has made significant efforts to combat trafficking, supporting evacuations from Libya and allowing irregular migrants to return to their countries of origins with dignity. Niger and the European Union have worked together as trusted partners in the Sahel, launching several joint initiatives to address migration and security issues in general, including how to tackle the challenges of irregular migration and, in particular, how to fight criminal smuggling gangs or traffickers in the region. The constructive cooperation between Niger and the European Union and the strong mutual commitment to intensify joint efforts to manage migratory and security risks and the consequences of irregular migration are now being taken to a new level, both operationally and politically. The operational partnership against trafficking responds to common needs and aims to achieve common goals based on the renewed EU action plan against trafficking. That's for the time of 21 to 25. EU Interior Commissioner Ylva Johansson said about this, "Today we are taking a decisive step in the fight against people smuggling, which brings us closer to the goals of the new migration and asylum package. Niger has long been one of our key partners in security challenges and migration management. I am pleased that today we are sealing an operational partnership together to combat human smuggling and to consolidate and strengthen our work. Together we will work to save migrants' lives and prevent violations of their rights, strengthen border management and security, dismantle criminal smuggling networks, and provide real economic alternatives to people seeking a better life in Niger, or offer it to them." And Niger Interior Minister Hamadou Adamou Souley stated, "The implementation of this operational partnership to fight trafficking fits perfectly with the measures and activities contained in the second and third programs of our National Migration Policy Action Plan. Together, we will better protect migrants, secure our borders, and ultimately achieve our overarching goal of improving the lives of migrants and host communities." The operational partnership fits into the broader EU-Niger migration cooperation and includes a number of key actions which can be complemented by others to adapt the partnership to the changing backgrounds and also the manifestations of migration. The success of the joint investigation team, the JIT in Niger, in which forces from EU member states and Niger work side by side with EU financial support to dismantle the business model of smugglers and criminal networks, will be further reinforced. Since 2017, more than 700 criminals have been arrested and more than 400 court cases initiated. The operational partnership will maximize the impact of the JIT and strengthen the link with other operational activities in this region, and that to combat migrant smuggling. In addition, new information and awareness-raising campaigns are being launched on the dangers of irregular migration and smuggling and on possible alternatives. The aim of these campaigns is to educate migrants in order to influence their migration decisions and thus counter the narrative of smugglers. The working arrangement between Frontex and Niger, currently under discussion, will support the Nigerian authorities in integrated border management by enhancing risk management and risk analysis capacities to facilitate legal border crossings and, of course, fight irregular migration and cross-border crime. The European Union capacity building mission in Niger, it's called UCAP Sahel Niger, has been working with Nigerian partners for nearly a decade to counter terrorism, organized crime, and criminal smuggling networks in the region. This action is part of the European Union security and defense cooperation with the Sahel under the responsibility of the EU High Representative for Foreign Affairs and also security policy, and that's Josep Borrell. The signing of a working agreement between Frontex and UCAP Sahel Niger supports the joint commitment of the European Union and Niger to improve border management structures, of course in Niger, and to take action against traffickers and smugglers who profit from the plight of women, men, and children. The working arrangement will facilitate and enhance information sharing, targeted training, sharing of best practices, and advisory activities for the Nigerian authorities. The Cadre de Concertation sur la Migration, or the Conference Framework on Migration Issues, subordinate to the cabinet of the Nigerian Minister of the Interior and working closely with the European Union delegation in Niger, will serve as the coordination and control mechanism for the implementation of the operational partnership in order to ensure coherence of measures and coordination between stakeholders in line with Niger's national migration policy. And of course, the Europeans' comprehensive approach to migration and its cooperation with partner countries in the framework of the new migration package. The operational partnership complements the two Team Europe initiatives on the Central Mediterranean, Atlantic, and Western Mediterranean routes. The projects carried out under these two initiatives will contribute to the implementation of the operational partnership and strengthen the efforts of the European Union and the member states to combat irregular migration and forced displacement. Likewise, Niger will receive tailwind through EU support via the instrument NDICI, that's Europe in the World, with a view to human development, good governance, and sustainable and inclusive growth, in particular with 195 million euros in budget support, in order to continue central reform efforts and security policy, as well as to cope with socio-economic and migratory challenges. The projects to promote economic development and improve the availability and accessibility of quality public social services for Nigerian communities, particularly in the Agadez region, will complete the operational partnership. And that is one more example how you can deal with a lot of problems in this world with cooperation and not against each other. So I'm quite glad to hear that the European Union once again achieved a cooperation with another country, not only in trade, as you last heard from New Zealand, but now also in the case of migration policy. And I'll see you in my next video. Schau vorbei.